People, today we're going to talk about the book, the novel, The Old Man and the Sea, written by Ernest Hemingway. This was our book to read for the second period, and we're going to make some analysis about the most important things this book shows us. First, we're going to talk about Ernest Hemingway. In the previous video, we saw something about his life, and in this case, we're going to focus just on the book. On May 1953, Hemingway wins a Pulitzer Prize for writing The Old Man and the Sea. That was the first prize that he got. And then in October 1954, he wins the Nobel uh, Prize in Literature. So it means like a little bit more than a year after that, he wins the Nobel Prize in Literature because of this amazing book. So we're gonna talk about the literary elements about this. This is a novel, and the setting in the place. Basically, the setting is a Cuban village near the Havana, and the time in which it takes place is in September. Uh, Basically, everything takes place in the sea and in the boat ride from the old man, Santiago. The characters are Santiago, the old Cuban fisherman, Manolin, the boy who is Santiago's friend, the giant marlin, which is a symbolic part, the sharks, the sea, and Joe DiMaggio, which is Santiago's hero. There are some other secondary characters like Manolin's parents, the other fishermen, Perico, and some other people that are not so important. But these ones are the most important ones from the book. So the point of view in this case from the writer, from Ernest Hemingway, he decides to create the book in third person. The narrator describes the characters and events objectively. So the narrator often provides details about Santiago's inner thoughts and the dreams Santiago had, right? So the plot overview. So the main thing about this is that The Old Man and the Sea is a story of an epic struggle between of an old seasoned fisherman and the greatest catch of his life. In this case, the fish, right, the marlin. So he hadn't fished anything for 84 days, and he hadn't had any success about this. So he decides to go one more time to the sea to catch something, right? And his biggest dream is to catch the marlin. But in this case, Manolin, his friend, goes away because his parents tell him not to continue with the old man. So Manolin decides to leave the old man alone, and the old man decides to enter to the sea alone and tries to catch the fish. While he is there, he is having some problems with that, and he finally gets a marlin, right, which is an enormous fish, 2 feet longer than his boat, and he tries to catch it with the harpoons. But when he got to catch the fish, there were some sharks that made this a little bit more impossible because the sharks attacked the fish and basically they took the fish right from the old man. At the end, just the old man comes back, right? Not disappointed because he has already caught it, and he has the skull of the fish, right? All the parts, the head, in the other part of the fish with him, and the other fishermen see what Santiago has caught, and then they believe that Santiago now can be released, and he can be happy because he has fulfilled the dream of his life, which is catching the fish after 84 days. So there we can find some themes. One of them could be endurance and struggle, or because I love you, I have to kill you, right? Or life is not easy and you have to fight against circumstances and everything. So you can do any topic or theme that you might consider would be nice for this amazing story. Then we have some symbols. The sea. The major symbol is the sea, which stands for all life which humankind must sail, right? So the life in which we have to live from since we are when we are born until we die. So we have to be in this amazing, huge sea, right? Which is life. The lions. Santiago associates the lions with his youth, right? When he was a teenager, he has the strength of a lion, and he could do anything that he wanted. But now that he's old, he's not able to do so many things. The marlin represents the ideal opponent, or the marlin also represents your goals, your ambitions. In this case, you are starting to become a professional, so that will be your marlin. And having a diploma or graduating from the university, that will be your marlin. And then we have the sharks. The sharks are basically your problems, the difficulties or circumstances that are gonna make the process of getting the marlin difficult, right? All the problems that we may get in life or in any other situation in life will be the sharks. So those are the sharks. And then we might have some other symbols like the cross, which means that we have to believe in God and everything, or our people like DiMaggio, which was uh, the old man's hero, and he saw in DiMaggio a good example to follow, right? In some cases, these people are the ones who motivate us to continue. It can be our parents or somebody in our family or a person that has motivated us to continue. So these are the symbols, people, that we can find in The Old Man in the Sea. So as you can see, The Old Man in the Sea is a really nice book, a really interesting book. Some people consider it is a little bit boring, but if you learn it by heart and if you associate this with your life, believe me that this book could be a really amazing piece of art that could help you to understand the difficulties life can bring us. So thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon. Take care. That's all about The Old Man in the Sea.